Hi people, today I will be showing you how to do Bryans quest route 2. First off, fuck lava. When you spawn in, make sure you're on the cook team, as you'll need this for section 1 to activate Bryans quest. First, what you want to do is open your team shop and buy a plate. After that, you're going to place it on your counter, you're going to scroll down, buy some dough, and then you're going to buy 3 blue tomatoes. After that, you're going to scroll down, you're going to buy 2 mozzarella cheese and 2 pepperoni. This is to make the pizza for Bryans quest. And then you're also going to need a kitchen knife for the new revamp. You're going to place down your pepperoni on a cutting board, which you can get in the building menu. Then you're going to use your kitchen knife to chop the pepperoni. Pick up your pepperoni and then do the same thing for the other pepperoni. Now you're going to equip one of your cheese mozzarella and then you're going to start shredding it. After obtaining this white gooey substance, what you're going to do next is you're going to take your other cheese mozzarella, you're going to put it in the blender, and you're going to take your 3 blue tomatoes that you bought earlier and you're also going to put that in the blender. Then you're going to use the blender. Equip the dough you bought earlier and mold it into a pizza. Now if you want to do the quest, you're going to have to hear me rant about Lava Cast. More on him later. Now you're going to take your blender and you're going to equip it and you're going to spread it all across the pizza. Take your cheese and then take your pepperoni and do the same with it and just add them as your toppings. Grab the pizza and put it in the oven. Now there is a visual bug going on where if the pizza is in the oven and it's cooked, then it looks cooked in the oven, but once you take it, it looks uncooked. Don't worry, that's just a visual bug. The pizza is actually cooked though. After it's done cooking, you're going to grab your pizza and then you're going to put it on the plate. As I head over to the pipe, it's about time to rant about Lava. So, what happened was, me and Lava, we were competing to see who could do the route first. But he decided to be unfair and decided to hire people to kill me. Not only that, he got one of my Bryans quest hunter, Chicken, to betray me. And Chicken told me that he did it for just for the knowledge and that he didn't really care about my feelings, etc. I mean, I'll show the screenshots, but it's like, if you could like look close, like after 5 months of like not trusting Chicken, I let him in my group, and then in one day he decides to destroy that trust. I will say trust is a very big thing, especially if you're an admin on the Anomic community. Not only that, but Lava decided to mass DM my friends, trying to say that I was racist, etc. But he believes I'm racist even though he tells people to kill themselves. I'll put those screenshots on the video as well. After you made it to Fester Dam, you'll see a house, and right next to that house is an air pipe. Now you're gonna put your pizza down that air pipe by pressing E. You're gonna see intercom pop up. In that intercom, you're gonna type in dbot. Get in your car and start heading your way to the trucker's depot. The only reason Lava is so against me is because I decided to leak the route even though he wants to gatekeep it for some reason. Now the only reason I believe he's doing this is because in Route 1, when he found out how to do it due to Chili telling him, he decided to scam people and tried selling the method for a fucking license plate hypercar. I mean, how much of a low level are you to do that? Once you've made it to the trucker's depot, you go inside and you'll see a bunch of lights. Now a light on equals 1 and a light off equals 0. Now I have the binary memorized in my head, but I'll go ahead and put up a screenshot of how to do the binary right in the video. So you should be able to see that. After inputting the numeric code, you're going to see this little hatch open. Go inside the hatch and you'll be meted with a bunch of drainage pipes. Always close the middle one, and I recommend going for the left side as that mostly works. Open the left white valve and close the left red valve. It's always a 50-50 shot that you get gas or water, so you might have to come back for this, but in my case, I got it first try. Make your way inside and pull the fire alarm. God damn, that almost sounds like wood like lava, doesn't it? After doing this, grab your vehicle and make your way back to the intercom. Anyways guys, I have really mixed feelings on this Bahadena update, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright, so I was talking to Chili, right? He gave me permission to host a Route 2 event in Smilingham. Now I'm gonna do that when the rest of the route releases. If you guys clan and you still use Humvees, you're just shit, bro. Like, just use a fucking crew pickup. Like, this shit is like 10 times better than a Humvee. It overtimes heal, and if you have like a full squad with ARs, then you're basically unstoppable if you're far distancing a Humvee. Alright, anyways, once you make your way back to the Brian Hugera house, you're just gonna wait here for a little bit until the intercom pops back up. Once it pops back up, head your way to the intercom, open it, and type in junkyard. Wait, before you do actually go to the junkyard, you're gonna head yourself right next to the Brian Hugera house, right in the river. You're gonna dive in, and you're gonna pick up this glass jar. This glass jar opens to a Bryans quest hint. You're gonna need that for the voltage on the ATM to open the BIOS computer. After opening it, you'll just see a hint pop up on your screen, and remember the voltage you need on the ATM. After you make your way to the junkyard, you're gonna go into the main area and pick up the paint scrapers. Make sure to grab 7 paint scrapers. Make your way outside and head to the 4 rusted cars in the towing station. Now I have the colors memorized in my head, but to prove I'm like not lying to you, and since this is a fall guide, you're gonna have to paint scrape the cars left to right. You don't have to use all the colors, but 4 is the max amount of wire colors you need to do the actual voltage. Now you're gonna insert the stick into the hole. Remember, holes are goals. Now you're gonna grab the second color of the actual thing that displays on the computer. So see how it says electric blue? You're just gonna get deep orange. Now that it says lime green, just grab hot pink. You get the point. And do this for all 4. After you've done that, make your way outside with the knowledge of the wires noted somewhere. You're gonna open the thing, and remember that note you had? Yeah, it's useful here. For me, it was 840 volts. But like me, I'm just such a big brain, I just did it in like 3 seconds. No pressure. So you're gonna use those wire colors that you got from the computer, and you're gonna solve it for the amount of voltage you had. Here's me doing it right here. Make sure not to be a retard and explode yourself by not having the correct voltage. But after you plug in the wire, you're gonna have to quickly press E to interrupt the booting on the PES machine. After doing that, make your way to the garage on the farthest left, and you're gonna grab all those 7 paint scrapers, and you're gonna paint scrape it left to right. All 7 of them, by the way. After doing that, select the first one, insert it, and now grab the first letter. A lot of you were confused on what I was meaning in the last video, so look at my chat. See how it says defifad or some shit? You're just gonna take the first letter, which is D in this case, and the other letters are complementary, so you just gotta remove them. Do this for all 7 garages you paint scrape. Make sure it's left to right. Alright, after doing all of that, you should have 7 random letters. Now look at my chat closely at this part. You see how you got those 7 random letters? Well, basically, you're gonna have to add EC, Fadid, and Cise, or basically what I just type in chat, just next to it. And I'll show you how to solve for the BIOS password. This is like a part of it. So once you get those 7 letters, let me just split up the necessary parts. These 3 that I'm highlighting right here, well, I previously was, those are a part of the actual thing. Now I grabbed deed thingy and I got the random letters. I put them equal to hex and I got etc, and I equal them to letters. So what you're gonna do is hex letter as I'm doing in this recording. But you basically get the point. etc, hex letter, hex letter, hex letter. Then you get the point, and you're just basically gonna do that for CSA and Fadid and etc. After you get your 3 random passwords, you're just gonna copy and paste them into the BIOS computer. Now I also do have a BIOS password solver if you guys get stuck on this, linked below. After opening the BIOS computer panel, you're just gonna type in config eject fuel additive, exactly how I typed it. Now you're gonna go to the back and you're gonna collect your magnesium cube. Now you can just delete everything that you put in chat for no fucking reason at all, except for the fact that it's now useless. Now you're gonna make your way back to the intercom for the 50th time. After making your way back to the intercom, you're just gonna have to wait again for a little bit for the intercom to pop back up. After it pops back up, you're gonna interact with it and you're gonna type in exactly what I type in the intercom on the screen, which is basically Arway Station and Roman numerals for 713. Now I recommend you have a second player for this, but it is possible solo, it's just harder a little bit. You're gonna make your way down to the police station, the Arway police station, not the Bahadeno one. After you make your way to the police station, head inside the police station. Follow exactly where I'm going. Now to activate subsection 2 for section 4, you're gonna open the power box and you're gonna close it. Close it for a few seconds, and then you're just gonna re-enable it. The reason why you don't immediately re-enable it is because it bugs out and the camera still stays on. Now you're gonna open the top boxes until you see the spray can. Now you don't need to open the other boxes, you just need the spray can. And I'll show you what I mean by that. All the other top boxes are useless except for the spray can. You're just gonna open everything below the spray can. This part is really necessary. Okay, so I cut the video until a bonfire spawn. Now these bonfires do spawn and their goal is to try to re-enable the power box. Make sure they do not re-enable the power box, because that's the reason your whole section can be sabotaged and fail. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the bonfire, pick it up, and you're just gonna leave it into this area right here, this room. If you can't tell what I'm saying, the area like right next to the actual main room for section 4. Now even though I have the bonfire connected, I did actually print the wrong picture, but the username is exactly, look at my capitals, there's no capitals in the username. PES machine, same with the password, no capitals. The password is changed this password. You're gonna click login, a new file device has been connected, but I didn't realize afterwards, but I printed the wrong picture. The picture you're meant to print is bonfire 1260-008. I printed the picture 009, which was a mistake in my part. But you're basically just gonna leave the bonfire in that room after you printed your picture. The picture is just gonna be in this like room right next to the main part of the police station. It's like the offices kinda. Also, when the camera gets close to the red bar filling up, you're gonna have to turn off the power box and turn it back on. That could also lead to your section being failed. I forgot to mention that. Okay, now it's time to explain the key stamper. So basically, you see how the spray can's ID is 53-4? I'll try giving you a closer look. But the 4, it means that it's the size on the shape. So the 53-4, you're only going to need the number after the dash. 53-4 equals to a square. The one below that is 6 sides, which I don't know what the fuck that shape is. The one below that is 5 sides. I don't know that shape either. Then the one below that, it's 3 sides. It's a triangle. And then it's the 5-sided shape again. But basically everything below the spray can after the dash in the IDs is equal to a shaped side. Make sure you do not have headgear on or you're not able to equip the UV glasses. Now you're going to open all these boxes until you find a combat shotgun. After getting the combat shotgun, make sure to note down its ID. Also note down the spray can's IDs. For the spray can, for me it was 53-4. Now you don't need to add the dash for this one. And for the combat shotgun, it was 278. That is the numeric code on the keypad, the 6-digit numeric code. By the way, you gotta have the spray can's ID first, and then you gotta have the combat shotgun's ID next. Remember the IDs you had? Copy and paste it into the keypad. Now here's me realizing I messed up and printed the wrong picture. I'll go back and I'll get the right picture right here. Here's the picture you're meant to print. It's Botfire 008 image. Now the reason you print this is because the faces aren't obstructed by text, and also because the face scanner detects faces, and in the photo you can clearly see that the detected faces are Christopher Mill. Christopher Mill is a part of the PES Foundation, which is why the face scanner accepts his face, just if you're curious. After inserting the numeric code, you're just going to show the face scanner the picture. Now you're going to go in the room and you're just going to collect the thermite. I also think you're meant to collect these propane tanks, but I think that's for when the other part of the route releases. I'm going to cut back for when the other part of the route releases. This is pre-recorded, and anyways, like I said, fuck Lava and fuck him twice.